I was skeptical that XRP would have lasting power because Ripple, the company, owns 60% of them, now 55 or 50%. And I was like, that just doesn't seem a proposition that's going to work. And I've been dead wrong.
Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And yes, you heard that correctly. It was Mike Novogratz. For those of you who have been in the XRP community space a while, you know how amazing that comment was, because Novo has called the XRP army a few things over the years, and they've been honestly anything but pleasant or complimentary. So it feels good. Yeah, I think you will want to listen to that video in its entirety. I'll put a link to it in the description below. There's free access, but register soon because the access will soon have a paywall. Now let's listen to just 90 seconds more of that portion. Here we go.
I think it's interesting. We got a little bit religious on how we thought about these systems. And in reality, they're all communities. They're store of value that communities seem to care about. Like I was skeptical that XRP would have lasting power because Ripple, the company, owns 60% of them, now 55 or 50%. And I was like, that just doesn't seem a proposition that's going to work. And I've been dead wrong. Hats off to Brad Garlinghouse and his team. Ripple is now, a institution. The XRP army is real. They care about their ecosystem and their coin. And, yes, it's got a use case, but broadly the use case is the same as Bitcoin. It's another place for people to want to store value. And the real question is, how many of these ecosystems can we have? Like, total market cap of crypto is what now? $1.5 billion?
One and a half, yeah.
Right. So it's half of Apple. And so you think about the amount of energy, human capital, podcasts, conferences, research papers that are going in talking about this industry. We're tiny relative to the global capital markets. If I line up all the employees of Apple on one end of a tug of war and all the employees of crypto on the other end, I know who I'm betting on. I got Vitalik out front. We got some just boy wonders.
Incredible.
In terms of intelligence and passion.
Moving right along, if you've ever seen or heard this before, that XRP was not meant for public retail trading, it is not true. 100% off the mark. And for those in the community that are pushing, sharing, endorsing, it's very unfortunate and quite frankly reveals how much they don't understand the basics. Listen carefully to Brad Garlinghouse from 2018.
What are your thoughts on XRP, security or not?
I think it's very clear XRP is not a security. There's a whole bunch of kind of base layer reasons for that. One of the most important, I think, is if Ripple, the company, shut down, XRP trades on over 100 exchanges around the world, and XRP would continue to trade. Ripple is one important participant in the XRP ecosystem, but there are a whole bunch of participants.
So going back to XRP use cases, you were talking about how ecosystems expanding well beyond Ripple, examples like Coil and Omni. What other use cases are you excited to see blossom in 2019?
Well, 2018, we announced for the first time this project we call Spring, and we hired a gentleman named Ethan Beard to run that project, who I think couldn't have been a more perfect fit in terms of his skill set. We've announced a number of deals in this space. Certainly there's a number of deals that we have worked on that we haven't announced yet, but I think we want to look at anything that takes advantage of XRP's uniqueness as a extremely fast, extremely low-cost transactions. And there are examples that we have talked about publicly. We announced a small investment in a company called Securitize recently. We're going to continue to do deals like that and see the overall ecosystem grow. And I think we made good progress in 2018, but you should definitely expect more from us in that in 2019.
You even came across beyond the work of Spring, but just an example of a travel site that's now accepting XRP for payment.
Travala, I think is the name of it,
Yeah.
is accepting XRP for payments for travel transactions. And again, I think in the long run, the most effective way to prove out what we're doing is to see this real world organic development, and we're seeing a lot of that happen.
You're going to book a trip with XRP?
Absolutely.
And this is the time of year that we hear a lot of predictions. Listen to this prediction that was from that same AMA in 2018, and boy, was it spot on.
The other thing, which is I think something we have predicted would happen but hadn't yet happened, is we saw people start to lower their fees for transactions. So BTEC lowered their transaction costs from $20 per transaction to $2 per transaction, and we saw a huge increase in activity, which just makes sense. And one of the predictions we have made from the earliest days is the secondary and tertiary effects of what Ripple is doing on the global financial ecosystem. It's a big deal. And 2018 is when we started to see that actually not just in theory, but actually play out in reality.
Yeah.
I have a clip that I curated and shared on X yesterday. And here's the serious part of this content. I said that we're only going to get better at this decentralized justice. And someone asked me how. And it's a great question. Here are 3 ways among the many more that exist. More X users will get involved to understanding all the moving parts of their government. And then they will begin to participate in research and share. Everyone's level goes up, and the truth is exposed. Secondly, campaign funding. I think Attorney John Deaton is going to run for the Senate seat in Massachusetts. We can be organized within this online community, and we better represent the individual instead of currently the top 1% that are protecting their power positions. I do hope he runs, and I think that the XRP community could be very instrumental in raising campaign funds. And thirdly, the collective voice is heard. It's not so easy. We're usually lost in the crowd due to a biased media controlling the mainstream narrative. So I really do believe in decentralized justice.
Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you're about to enter, to help you God?
I do.
Welcome. Welcome.
Congress mandated that no more than 3 out of 5 of the SEC commissioners can be members of the same political party. And so long as that is the case, we're going to have Republican commissioners and Democratic commissioners, and they will invariably have different views about the job. But there is a big difference between disagreeing about how best to implement a law and actively sabotaging the law.
Elizabeth Warren, Senator Elizabeth Warren, and her office coordinated testimony with the Security and Exchange Commission ahead of a Senate hearing. Through a FOIA request, obtained emails from Warren's office to the office of Chairman Gary Gensler 2 days before his Senate testimony back in September of 2021. A list of questions, get this, a list of questions that Senator Warren planned to ask, along with suggested answers for the chairman of the SEC. The advisor also wrote, quote, "Let me know if you're okay with the questions as currently written." 2 days later, she sent a follow-up, quote, "Let me know if it's looking like the chair has any issue with the framing of the questions. Definitely don't want to put him in a tough spot."
A few hours ago today, the airdrop XRPR addresses registration was completed. So congratulations to Evernode and congratulations to the 38 6,000 participating addresses. That's a nice number. And over 5 million Evers tokens will now go into an airdrop hook. The address of that hook will be known and published at that time. Jumping to a little fluff, somebody asked me if I knew the artist Tatsuya Tanaka had a picture book. And I think he does. It's published in Japanese, but he is one of these prolific artists that uses food and figures to do some creative fun setups that will always make you smile. He does have a calendar, and they did do a calendar for overseas distribution. You'll just really enjoy him. You can't look at his work without putting a smile on your face. This, of course, is a fried shrimp, acting as maybe a doo-wop hairdo, a powder compact that looks like a really cozy bedroom. Check out the tree. Ah, yes, a Christmas cone tree. And last but not least, the beanbag fruit. Oh gosh, I just love it. So the calendar sells for about $25 US. This overseas version is called the Miniature Life Calendar, and it doesn't have the Japanese holidays, but then I think that's okay. We'll finish with a short clip from a video that will be uploaded tomorrow that is about quantum computing and a company called BTQ who are creating these post-quantum solutions, particularly for blockchain. So until next time, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
While the future of quantum computing seems bright, it poses potential threats to certain technologies, including blockchain protocols. Quantum computers are expected to be powerful enough to break the current encryption methods. This could potentially allow hackers to steal cryptocurrency or tamper with blockchain data. However, the blockchain industry is proactively addressing this challenge. With a post-quantum world approaching, active work performed by NIST, which stands for the U.S. National Institute of Science and Technology. This federal government agency is taking a critical lead to spearhead both basic and applied research by assembling collaborative partnerships. In its effort towards comprehending the transformative potential of quantum-based technology, the Institute is actively engaged in constructing the essential measurement and standards infrastructure required to unlock this potential securely. BTQ Technologies is at the forefront of developing post-quantum cryptography solutions. With a team of world-renowned experts and a commitment to innovation, BTQ offers a comprehensive suite of solutions to help organizations prepare for the post-quantum world.